But let's begin with a breaking news story from Pickering, Ontario. A woman is dead after what appears to be a random attack, a stabbing. The suspect's still at large this evening, and police are warning residents in the area to shelter in place. Sarah Galashan has the latest on this story for us now. Sarah.
Yeah, so Ian, what they mean by shelter in place is if you are in this area of Lynn Heights Drive and Fairport Road in Pickering, which is northeast of Toronto, to stay in your home. And that is really, you stay in your home until the police can give you more information that they have captured this suspect that they say is right now at large. And in that press conference that we just heard, they were almost apologetic that they could not offer more information to that, except for stressing that they believe that this is very important. And this is the area that we are talking about right now. This is Pickering. This is really a sort of a hyper-local map, though, but it is important that if you're in that area that you're paying attention. If you're anywhere in this area that you're listening to what the police are saying. What they say happened in this area is that an elderly woman was outside and that she was essentially, they're saying that this was, they believe, a stranger attack. She was approached by someone that they don't believe she knew or that he was known to. He knew her either, that she was stabbed, they say. She was initially taken to a trauma hospital, but has been since pronounced dead. And they say that at least part of what happened here was captured on video. So they have something to go on. What you're looking at here is the scene in Pickering right now as police are continuing to comb the area. They have offered a description of this individual, saying that he is male, brown skin, wearing a surgical mask, also wearing a long black skinny jacket and carrying a black bag, believing to be on foot in the area. And on that map that you saw there, there's a large, there are certainly city streets around, but also a very large green belt area, so forested area. And they also believe, Ian, that he is armed, and that is really speaks to the shelter in place order that's in right now.
Yeah, so, you know, for those people who are watching, maybe wondering why on the national news network we're leading with a story like this. Well, first of all, for those of you who are in the Pickering area, this is an incredibly important story, which is why we want to make sure you have an opportunity to see it. But it's also interesting to see how this police department is handling this story. You heard the chief, former homicide detective, say that this is a particularly troubling case.
And they've brought in extra resources. They've got the day team is on overtime. The night team has come in as well. They also have their Air One helicopter and drones in the sky, because as I say, I'm talking about this area up in here. If that individual has headed into a forested area, that makes them, of course, much more difficult to possibly locate. They are asking for the public's help. If anyone should know or have any information about the person that they believe to be the suspect, to get in touch with them. And the other thing is the city of Pickering has followed suit here, closing all public buildings. No libraries are open. No classes that would be city run are operating right now or being run until this shelter in place order has been lifted.
Yeah, it's a pretty big reaction, but it again underscores the concerns they have in this community. Police chief described it as a safe community, a stable community. One person at large after a random attack has obviously changed that, at least for now. Police are on it. We will let you know as soon as there are any developments in this. And when you have
and I do actually have a clip here from that press conference. I think it's worth playing. Let's listen to the police chief.
This alert is intended for the residents that live in the area of Lynn Heights Drive and Fairport Road in Pickering to shelter in place. This simply means to stay in your homes until we provide an update. I'm aware that the OPP's protocol is to extend the release beyond the requested area in the event the suspect continues to flee in order to protect public safety. We are asking that residents in the area remain in their homes until we provide further direction. Updates will be posted on our social media platforms and through you, the media. We recognize the impact that today's events have had on our community.
And those impacts still being felt because, as I say, this happened 3 p.m. roughly in the afternoon. It's now 8 o'clock local time in Pickering right now. The shelter in place, that alert went out. It went out wide throughout this region, letting people know what was happening. And so it continues to go on. We're now 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it continues. And so the shelter in place still in effect. Yeah,
and let's finish with this. You bring up an interesting point. I can tell you a couple of things that this is not. I know a lot of people in a wide area in the GTA received this alert. doesn't affect virtually all of the GTA, except not just for Pickering, but a small area within Pickering. It is also not terrorism. Why do I say that? Well, we heard in the news conference, somebody asked a question, sounded like maybe an alert or some of the alerts may have suggested that that was the motive. Police chief said, no, that's not the motive. They don't know what the motive is, but they know it's not terrorism. And they do know that it's a random attack, that it concerns them that this person is still at large. Sarah, you'll, of course, let us know if you hear any more on this, right?
Of course.
Okay.